You couldn't find a bigger Mob Psycho 100 fan than me. In my multiple years of anime consumption and within my huge repertoire of shows, Mob Psycho stands out above the rest as the pinnacle of animation and unique storytelling. This story absolutely captivated me. So much so that after the first season finished airing, I read the manga to completion, and I loved every second of it. Recently, I've decided to rewatch the whole series after putting off watching the third season for a couple months. With my knowledge of the manga, I realized something about the second season that absolutely infuriated me. A lot of things that made the first season in the manga memorable were missing from the second season. Specifically, how the two main arcs, the Keiji Mogami arc and the World Domination arc, were shortened and handled such that their impact was dulled. These two arcs were, in my opinion, the two most important arcs in Mob Psycho entirely. So when the anime cut corners, the quality drop was palpable. The decline started during the Keiji Mogami arc, and while the animation remained as beautiful as ever, the adaptation of the story is what really suffered. The focus on the fight sequence and the brevity of the mental torture during the Keiji Mogami arc left me feeling like Mob's emotional growth was not earned. This arc required the same gravity it was given in the manga to really solidify its importance in the anime. Without this gravity, when Keiji makes a reappearance in the World Domination arc, the audience isn't filled with the necessary emotions, fear, concern, and elation. The logical conclusion of Keiji's inclusion in the story is only as a supporter of Mob's growth if it's a result of their extended emotional connection during the Keiji Mogami arc. We needed better dialogue or more time to develop that connection and establish the parallels between Keiji, Minori, and Mob. This issue, however, wasn't super egregious. It was just very noticeable when compared to the connection I could feel in the manga. What I really want to talk about today is the World Domination arc. The World Domination arc is arguably the most important arc in Mob Psycho. This plotline has been built up ever since the first season of the show during the 7th Division arc. It brings to conclusion one of the three main storylines present in Mob Psycho and greatly progresses another. These three main storylines being Mob's emotional growth, question mark, and the Claw storyline. While there are other plot points that make reappearances in the series, such as the cult, the three I've stated are what really stick out to me the most in the show. Starting off with an amazingly done fake murder of Mob's family, tensions are high. This encounter sets the stage for the penultimate battle by revving up Mob emotionally and building audience anticipation. Knowing what we know about Claw from the first season and from the lengths show would go to protect Mob's family, we absolutely have to acknowledge this upcoming battle to be the most dangerous altercation in the series thus far. In Season 1 of the series, there was a heavy focus on labeling the emotions that Mob felt at 100%. This was consistent, and practically the same as in the manga. Up until the fight with the president, it's always been one super strong emotion for the entirety of the 100% mode. One and only one. For example, in the fight with Hanazawa, Mob feels sadness, and that is the only emotion shown to overcome him in the labels and through his power usage. This labeling of emotions establishes a pattern for the audience, showing exactly what Mob feels at the most crucial moments. In the manga, during Mob's unique fight with the president, he experiences more than one emotion. We've never seen Mob really struggle in a battle up until this point, so by building up the president as one of the only espers to match Mob in fighting power, we allow for a change to be seen in his being. This fight was supposed to bring Mob's emotional instability to the forefront, very clearly showing the changes in his emotional expression from his prior encounters. These emotions are explicitly stated, not inferred, as some are abstract and can blend into others. Feelings such as compassion and resignation aren't super easy to identify and can be easily mistaken for friendship or depression, or any other emotion for that matter. The changes between emotions can be blurred, making it difficult to fully track Mob's emotional growth. He's made strides in looking at things from others' perspectives and letting himself feel things as they come up, instead of bottling it up like he would at the start of the series. In the manga, we are able to see this growth as it's one of the core plot lines of the show. This is an issue in the anime adaptation of this fight. The anime does not use labels, opting for a show don't tell approach. This was likely done to fit the fight into a constrained time span and maintain the fast-paced nature of the battle. This is detrimental to the fight as a result, breaking the prior established pattern, creating an inconsistent storytelling element. We lack the nuance of each individual emotion, one emotion in particular being 100% ecstasy. This emotion is the most important in the series. It is the core reason for Mob's emotional withdrawal, as he's always feared losing himself to his power. He's had multiple instances of flashing back to hurting people, specifically Ritsu, and it's scarred him and how he's processed his emotions up until this point. In the anime, this emotion takes 1 second. Blink and you'll miss it. Mob gets no commentary expanding on the emotion, it's just immediate guilt. In the manga, the label of ecstasy brings a sense of dread with it, because we can see Mob losing himself rapidly. You're able to linger on the page with the label, really sit with the reality of the situation, and come to terms with the fact that not only is Mob enjoying himself, he is actively indulging in his deepest, darkest urges. He's finally free. Free of the constraints he puts on himself, on what society puts on him. Everything. Due to his power, Mob hasn't ever been able to just let loose. He would destroy everything. But here and now, in this fight with the president, Mob is matched in power. The president is not constrained by society or fear. He is the antithesis of Mob, and he brings this darker side out of him. Mob can sympathize with the isolation power provides due to what he's learned in the Keiji arc. He knows how easy it is to give in and slip into the president's state of mind. They share something deeper than battle, a similarity that is not present in the anime. The power of this battle is in the exchange of ideals, not in the visuals of the fight.
そうか。だったら足りなかったのは運じゃない。縁だ。何？あんたの世界にはあんた一人しかいなかったんだ。圧倒的に孤独な人間。僕にもわかる。
This whole fight didn't feel nearly as impactful as the fights from the first season. The 7th Division of Claw put up more of a challenge in the anime than the President did, and that was because they were given time to breathe, and integral dialogue and labels were used. But I digress. The anime doesn't do everything wrong. The fight is animated beautifully, and it maintains the same quality of storytelling as the previous season, though whatever pacing issues it may have. Who's to say what could have been? What we have is good enough. Thank you for tuning in. This is my first video essay, so I hope you all enjoyed what I had to bring to the table. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It'll show me if making more of these is interesting to you at all, or if I should stick with the usual stuff I post. I like anime, I like TV shows, I like games, so I'll have a lot to talk about. Till next time.